Hello, we are geeks assembled once again, of course. Today we are talking, well, a anti-hero, superhero movie, comedy, action. You call it what you want. It's Deadpool 2. Um, the make with the spec. As Susan's just showing us there, yep, Deadpool 2. Starring Ryan Reynolds, Josh Brolin, named but a few. So we'll go around this cast with their opening thoughts on Deadpool 2. Who should we go for two first? Susan.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Don't get too comfy.
Hey, well,
I don't like people being comfy in my group.
I'm sorry.
I like you, I
Well,
like you
I
all
can
to be
tell.
uncomfortable.
I can tell that, Lord Tyrannus. Let's see. Deadpool 2 was as sassy and as joyous and as existential as Deadpool 1. And it was truly hilarious, so funny. And the story goes, Wade Wilson is just tired of you know failing at these things and wants to go join his beloved, and that's she's played by Marina Baccarin, who is like amazing, so amazing, so good, and yeah, I I really enjoy I really enjoy how how active and fun it is, and how delightful the cast is, and yeah, so um, also got Cable in there. Cable comes, and Juggernaut's in there, and the kid, I can't remember what the kid's superhero name is, but yeah, um, and the X-Men in their little X-Men house, and little cameos, and of course Atomic Teenage Witch, and or is that what her name is?
It's a very long name. I remember that. Yeah.
Supersonic Teenage Witch. Anyway, so
Negasonic Teenage Warhead, wasn't it?
Megasonic Teenage Warhead. That's right, and the Colossus. So I enjoyed it a lot, and yeah, it was good. It was a good movie. So that's pretty much all I have to say.
Cool. Cool. As long as it's a good movie, we'll go from there. Go on then, Connor. Give us your worst.
I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of superhero films, but the two Deadpool films are brilliant. I do. I think I'm not a fan of Ryan Reynolds, but I like him in this. He's gone a long way to kind of shed the Green Lantern travesty. Yeah, Josh Brolin as Cable is fantastic in this. Zazie Beetz as Domino.
Domino, that's his name.
Is probably for me maybe the standout, maybe. And I'm shocked that she's kind of what she's gone on to do after this, but also what she did before this as well. She's a very kind of underrated, at the moment, heavily working actress. She was obviously she would later, a year or two after appearing in Joker. She's yeah, it's just such a funny movie. And one of the things I really like about the movie is like the little cameos. So you've got Rob Delaney in there. You've got Bill Skarsgård's in there, who's now gone on to like do incredible things with It and stuff like that. But my absolute favorite character in this, and it's partly because he appeared in a film made by Taika Waititi called Hunt for the Wilder People. Young Russell is, he's supposed to be kind of like a bit messed up because he was brought up in an orphanage. I'm stuttering like Joe Biden right now. He was brought up in an orphanage and he was abused. And then it's kind of progressively he's made out to be the villain by Cable, because Cable is after him for killing his wife and kid. But how it's a strange twist, because how can you take this little chubby kid as a villain? And he's such a funny actor. And I think the reason why Ryan Reynolds hired him to play that role as Russell, as Firefist, was because of that film that I mentioned, Hunt for the Wilder People. He's got such great comedic timing for such a young actor. The kind of nan grandma. I don't know. Is she a relation to Wade? Can't remember. Because I haven't seen the first film in quite a long time. She's always funny. She was a standout in the first film, but I think she was also a lot better in this film. She's just incredible. Dopinder is another kind of great addition to Wade's team, and TJ Miller as well. One scene that particularly stands out to me, which is another of my favorite moments, is when Cable kind of explains his backstory and they're all sat on the sofa and they're all kind of like circling him with the guns pointed at him. And he reaches into his fanny pack and takes out the lip balm. It's just so funny. And it might not be everyone's humor because it's very childish and very stupid. But it works as an anti-hero sort of film. And it's got a little tragic sorry about that. It's got a little tragic kind of catalyst to it, because Vanessa is shot in a kind of freak accident when some criminals burst into their apartment. Yeah, such a funny film. And apparently they're making a third and fourth part. So hopefully they'll finally get Hugh Jackman to join them, because you need Hugh Jackman in them films at least once. Yeah, fantastic, funny, just funny, laugh out loud funny.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Well, you sort of get Hugh Jackman in the movies, sort of.
Yeah.
From stolen clips from other movies, but let's go to.
Well, he's in the end credits of the expanded one.
Over to you, Tim. What's your opening thoughts?
Oh, well, yeah, I was just pointing out I watched the extended cut. It's like 13 minutes. He's in the end credits. I don't know if that was taken from another film or not, but I would just point out Hugh Jackman has a cameo at least. But anyway, yeah, like Connor, I'm not really for the superhero movies. To me, it's just watching men running around with capes and their underwear on the outside of their trousers just kind of doesn't do it for me. I don't really keep up with Marvel and their never-ending movies, and DC really never seems to get their shit together long enough to please anybody. But these movies are funny though, because they take the piss. I mean, I probably don't get all the meta textual jokes where they make fun of their other films, but I mean, I think these movies are hilarious. I remember I saw Deadpool a few years ago when it came out, and I never got around to watching this one, but it's just hilarious. I mean, it's just nonstop action and laughs pretty much for 2 hours, and I mean, there's really not much else I can say. I mean, it's an enjoyable film that takes the piss out of all these too serious movies, superhero movies, and I think they should all be like this, where they poke fun, where they're more comedy than action. Although this has a lot of action in it, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. That's all I got for now.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I agree what you say that most of them do take themselves too seriously. You got to have humor in it, and I think Marvel have seen the error of that way after making Thor Ragnarok, which was quite funny and hilarious with that one. Come on then, Ethan. What you got to say?
Yeah, as everybody's agreed, I'm a massive Deadpool fan. I used to read the Deadpool comics since the 90s. So
Cool.
I remember when the first film came out, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool was perfect for me. I'm a massive fan of Ryan Reynolds. I've loved him since it was a TV show he did back in the 90s. What was it called? Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, which was a really funny sitcom back then. And he was a fan of Deadpool because Deadpool in the comics actually mentions to a girl what he looks like, rips the mask off. He says, I look like a cross between Ryan Reynolds and fucking Sharpay. So that's how Ryan Reynolds got the part. He looked at it and became a massive fan and has been trying to get it. But yeah, it's just as funny and brilliant as the first one. I love both of them. The first one captures a lot of the stories and style of the first Deadpool series, where he goes up against Ajax Francis. So there's a lot of that. Whereas this one captures a lot of the comic book series Deadpool and Cable, where the first series of comics was Deadpool, and then the second series they did, I believe, was Deadpool and Cable, where it was a team up. And as the story goes, unfortunately, Vanessa has died in a freak accident. Thugs have attacked their place, and Deadpool wants to kill himself, but he can't. And so he gets called in by Colossus, who I tell you, the Deadpool films captured the X-Men films. The Deadpool films captured these certain X-Men characters perfectly. Unlike the past X-Men films, like Colossus didn't really do much. He doesn't really speak. This was Colossus. And it's the same with one of my favorite X-Men villains, the Juggernaut, which was recently played by Vinnie Jones many years ago now, is a CGI hulking monster voiced by Ryan Reynolds. But the Juggernaut in that was perfect. But so he goes to join the X-Men. They say we'll train him up, and you get some great cameos from the sort of younger versions of the X-Men from the First Class films. You've got many other actors like Bill Skarsgård and Brad Pitt, which I remember seeing this in Miami with my best mate Robert, and we howled with fucking laughter when he grabs the electricity. And we saw Brad Pitt, and me and my mate went, "Was that Brad Pitt? I think it fucking was." It was brilliant. That was just so funny to get Brad Pitt out of nowhere. But yeah, so he joins the X-Men and they train him up. And as they discover this orphanage, the Essex Orphanage, and there's a special reason to the name, which I'll probably get to later, Essex, is under attack, or they think it is, but it's what the kid has lost. He's getting fed up with getting abused and all that. And as Connor said, it's pretty cool how they sort of make him out as the villain. In a way, you think this kid, you're like, this kid's the bad guy. But eventually, in many ways, it's the abuser, the owner of the orphanage, the headmaster sort of guy. He's the real villain, really. But and then you got Cable, who jumps in from the future. Now, Cable is actually the son of Cyclops and Jean Grey in the comics. But obviously, they don't mention that in this. But his family were killed by a grown-up Russell. Comes back and he's ready to kill the kid. And it's just got so many funny moments in this. And I'll tell you, just like, like example one line, or they don't call this the, what was the prison called? The ice box?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ice box. When he's saying to Russell, this is the ice box, they've got the biggest bad in there and a one big stinking foreshadowing. Foreshadowing Juggernaut, obviously. But it does make fun of films. It makes fun of Wolverine. And you've got one of the best, funniest endings ever. You know, Ryan Reynolds has done so well and overcome so much, and you know, you get him like getting rid of Green Lantern at the end and all this, and the other Wade Wilson that we saw in X-Men Origins. But yeah, it's a great film. I really enjoyed this film a lot, actually. And Josh Brolin as Cable, perfect casting. He's brilliant. Zazie Beetz as Domino, absolutely bloody perfect. She's great. So, and Negasonic, it's a very bloody long name, ain't it? Negasonic Teenage Warhead, you know, is good in it. She's back from the first one. And her girlfriend, Yukio. And they're all great. They're all brilliant. They're such great characters, and it's such a great soundtrack as well. But yeah, great movie, just great fun. It just takes the piss out of everything. And if they're going to make a part 3 and a part 4, hopefully one of them with Hugh Jackman, please, you're gonna have it for real. Here's hoping. I'd like to see more Deadpool. So yeah, great film.
Cool, cool. Just hold on a minute. I'm just getting a bit hot here. Oh, that's better. Oh.
I was thinking, what's he doing? I was like, I'm just getting a bit hot here.
You see, I can't stand Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whew, that's better. I feel a little cooler now. Yeah, I totally agree. They're just fun movies. As I mentioned, some of these superhero movies just go too serious, take themselves too seriously. And these Deadpool movies, and Deadpool 2, it's down to Ryan Reynolds because he has got a good sense of humour. He's out there. And to get Josh Brolin in to play Cable, ideal casting. I mean, and for Josh Brolin to play 2 Marvel villains in the sort of the same year, seeing as he played Thanos, isn't he? Yeah. But I preferred him in this. Yeah, it's non-stop humour all the way. From the sort of the beginning of he's missing his girlfriend, she's gone, and he tries to kill himself. But I mean, I don't understand why he tried to kill himself because he's indestructible. I don't get that. But yeah, I just love all the way he gets pelted with bullets, or he gets his head twisted, or he gets ripped in half, or stuff like that. It's just he's get put back together. But it's Ryan Reynolds' humour and the characters what surround that humour, what makes this movie gel so well. I mean, one scene for me in particular, what I was giggling away to myself, and it wasn't an action scene. It was where he was growing his legs back. And they were all staring at him, and there he is with a little shirt on with nothing on the bottom, and he's crossing his legs, and they're all going, ooh. It's just, you feel uncomfortable for that scene, but it's so funny. Yeah, it's just a feel-good movie, and that's what we need these days, a feel-good movie. So any scenes what stand out for you, or things you didn't? Let's go on then, Susan. You zoomed up there. Go on.
All right, yeah. My favorite scene is I would have to say, besides the little bits where Deadpool and his girlfriend Marina Baccarin from Stargate SG-1, and of course from Firefly, which is like, she's done some of the greats anyway. You know what she needs to do? She needs to do Star Trek, and she needs to do Star Wars, and then she will have, a big trifecta. Anyway, when they are having their intimate scenes in the afterlife, Vanessa and Wade. That's just, those are beautiful. But the other one that I really like, which is nonstop action, is the after the team, they got the team together, they jump out of a helicopter, and then there's this huge long chase scene with the truck. And I mean, that's just fan freaking tastic. I love it when they're ejecting all the little pods. I love it when you know, her, this one, what's her name? Domino? Domino, yeah, Domino. God, why do I have trouble remember the names of this movie? Domino is you know, driving, and then like the brakes are gone, and like it's so great. It's so incredible. And there's explosions and car crashes, and it's just so much fun. Literally, that is just, you know, the epic. And I liked the car scene, the car chase scene, or motorcycle and car chase scene in the first movie so much, and this one was like, this was that. It was that kind of thing, and it got my blood pumping, and just like, whoa, very kinetic, very fun. And yeah, I really love the way it's like, you know, if you're gonna have a really incredibly amazing uh superhero movie, you gotta give the superhero something to do, and this was something to do. And trying to rescue Russell or kill Russell, and Cable's brilliant in that. And yeah, so and so was even, what's the one's name, oh, the one who was just the normal guy, anyway, why do I have such trouble remembering names in this movie?
The normal guy, the one with the mustache.
The one with the mustache.
Is it
One
Pete?
that looked a bit like you.
Pete, was it Pete?
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I loved it when he was like, he almost made it, and then he didn't. It's just like, what? Oh, you got behind him, and you actually started rooting for characters that were just like, you know, kind of normal and or kind of amazing, and then boom, they're gone. Yeah, it was a good. That was an epic scene. So back over to you, Lee.
Thank you, Susan. Connor, go on then, Connor. Press your button. There you go.
I like the parachute scene. That's very funny with the parachute landing. The prison chase scene as well is excellent. Also, right at the beginning where Deadpool is running out the building, and Dopinder's just waiting there in the taxi, and he's screaming at him, "Start the fucking car!" And obviously, like, Dopinder's not listening, so he jumps through the back window, and that's just so funny. Yeah, I do like the humor with the kind of where he kind of gets these extreme injuries that you shouldn't get up from. He should be dead about 50 times in the film, and he's not. He's kind of invincible. They're always funny, and I like how they get inventive with it. Kind of, it's just like you said, he gets ripped in half and stuff like that. My absolute favorite moment though, because it's unbelievable that this is even a thing. The Celine Dion song, Ashes, with the Bond-esque title sequence. Like, what was Celine Dion even like thinking? Celine Dion seems to take herself too seriously. So to do a film like this is just kind of a bit weird. And then you look at the music video, and it's just absolute. Like, the music video is as hilarious as the film is, and that's just really rare to see something. It's just like Ryan Reynolds has found an outlet for his humor, and he gets it spot on every time.
Yeah.
Because Deadpool was hilarious, Deadpool 2 is hilarious, and he teams up with Celine Dion to do a music video, and even that's hilarious. It's just kind of like Deadpool is his sort of character. The end where Dopinder, it's kind of all resolved and the headmaster's still alive. Then Dopinder comes in and kills the headmaster. Just it's like Dopinder is just like this liability that brings about these hilarious moments. It's just so funny. Yeah, great funny film. I'd love to see part 3 and 4. I'd love to see what they do with it. I hope they do kind of change it up though, so it doesn't become too stuck in its ways and too samey. But I think Ryan Reynolds has what it takes. Also, Matt Damon makes a cameo in it.
Yeah, he does.
As one of the rednecks, and I believe the other one is Alan Tudyk, who played K2SO in Rogue One, or voiced him, I should say.
Also in Firefly.
Also from Firefly. Yeah, I think seeing Brad Pitt and Matt Damon is just hilarious. Particularly Brad Pitt, because Brad Pitt is not known for these sort of films. Yeah, overall, just an amazing. I think, yeah, like I said, the audition scene as well. How could I forget about the audition scene where Rob Delaney's Pete is first introduced, and that's where you kind of see all the most of the celebrity cameos, like Bill Skarsgård. Yeah, it's just so it's like 90 minutes or more of just hilarity. You just never see it, and it goes so quick because it's fast paced and it's funny, and it kind of I do wish more superhero films were accessible to a wider audience like this is, because a lot of people don't like superhero films, but a lot of people do see that they're in that market of not liking superhero films do seem to warm towards Deadpool quite a lot. I know I'm not the only one. Tim as well is another one. But there are many people out there that do find Deadpool to be the more accessible out of all the superhero franchises. I've found. So it's good that they're being made, and I can't wait to see more.
Cool. Thank you, Connor. We'll go over to Ethan. Over to you.
Yeah, Connor's already mentioned the Bond-esque opening sequence. I howl with laughter at that one, being a Bond fan myself. And the fact it is Celine Dion, you just don't expect it to see this collaboration. It was brilliant, absolutely hilarious. I love the whole intro scene, the fact he plays 9 to 5, killing all these guys in different countries. I mean, you could have picked a better song choice, to be honest. It just works so perfectly. And you just get the biggest grin ever when he's just cracking jokes. Blood and guts everywhere, heads flying, and Dolly Parton singing in the background. Brilliant. I've got to mention just quickly, actually, while it's in my head, just because she was so brilliant in this scene. There's one scene in particular, Zazie Beetz, where, of course, her power is luck. And everything she did was great. Like when she's saying, I'm nearly there. And Deadpool goes, what the hell kind of power is that? What, do you shoot luck beams out of your eyes or something? And she's just, while he's complaining his head off, trying to wrap his head around, how does this work? She's dodging all these trucks and explosions and everything, gets into the van and goes, I'm in. All right, okay. And then after that, I think she actually has the most, there's some very violent bits in this movie. I'm pretty sure Zazie Beetz has the most violent showdown in this movie, because it's such a, I remember watching this in the cinema and we were like, it's how she just uses her luck against all these guys at the orphanage. All the kids are watching, and it's so brutal. Like she suddenly like punches all of them, and they all end up falling to bad luck. Like one guy cracks his neck on the chair or something. A guy trips and a knife goes straight through his brain and stuff. And then the last one, the best one, is she knocks the guy onto the bed. Big bunch of lockers comes onto his head and decapitates him. And all the kids go, "Oh!" That bit is brilliant. And she's just going. And I mean, what a scene for Zazie B. She is so brilliant in that one scene, doing all the stunts and all that. And that bit was just so hilarious, but so, you just feel the pain, the old crack and all this. Brilliant scene. The comedy between Deadpool and Cable, like at the end. Oh, you did it for me. No, I didn't. Oh, yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. I want to see more of these two together. And I'm pretty sure they did I remember they did a special trailer. Ryan Reynolds did a special trailer of these two together, and it's the theme from the Golden Girls playing in the background, and it's all the clips with these two, like, thank you for being a friend. Honestly, just so funny. One of the things I actually hope they do when they do a third and fourth one, I hope they do this, and I would love Deadpool to make fun of this. The Essex Orphanage. Now, X-Men films at that time, if you know your X-Men films, Essex actually stands for Nathaniel Essex. Now, Nathaniel Essex is a villain from X-Men called Mr. Sinister. And if you remember X-Men the animated series, he looked like a vampire. But sort of a vampire sort of character with like blue robe, and he had a red diamond on his head and stuff. And he was always known for working with Apocalypse. But a lot of the X-Men films seem to kept building up, like the Essex organization, Essex Incorporated. It was building up to the big reveal. Nathaniel Essex was going to be a big villain, but sadly, we've just never got it. I hope Deadpool 3 or 4 brings Nathaniel Essex in as Mr. Sinister. I mean, Deadpool says, finally, these X-Men films, wasted. Here, you're better off with me as my big arch enemy. But here's hoping. I would love to see that villain, because we saw many other villains like Magneto and Apocalypse. But Nathaniel Essex, Mr. Sinister, please, I would love that. We've said about the audition scene. I mean, that's just hilarious. They're all auditioning, these big cameos. They do the parachute, and they're killed off in the first seconds in the most goriest way. Helicopter, the tree chopper thing, done. There just is. I love the wee X-Men cameos, and how Deadpool says, why is it just you? They've got enough money to get these other actors in. What about the winged guy? Where's he? Or this guy? And they're in the background, obviously closing the door, which I thought that was brilliant. Just you see James McAvoy and Quicksilver and Beast and all that. That was brilliant. And I love the ending where he uses the time machine, and of course, they better have that kid in the next one and call it Cher. He's playing one of the best Cher songs ever. If I Could Turn Back Time, he goes back in time, saves her, but then he does more over the top stuff, kills the original Wade from X-Men Origins, and says, Wolverine, if you hear from this guy, please be in my film. Please be in my film. So fingers crossed. And he kills Ryan Reynolds for doing Green Lantern. And then, of course, he's thinking, do I kill this little baby, which is Adolf Hitler? I mean, that was just brilliant. I think that might be all the scenes, actually. I did like the fight between Colossus and Juggernaut. As an X-Men fan, that was something I always wanted to see on big screen. Colossus and Juggernaut fighting each other. And Deadpool got these two characters perfectly.
New huge CGI battle.
Yeah, here we go. Huge CGI battle coming up. Deadpool, Juggernaut was brilliant in this. I mean, the fact he is CGI, and he's actually voiced by Ryan Reynolds, but just distorted the voice.
Yeah.
You know, we got the Juggernaut we always wanted to see, this violent, foul-mouthed psycho. I loved it when he rips Deadpool in half. And he's like, I can't feel my legs. It's okay, I found them. And Domino's carrying him on his piggyback, and he's just like, thank you. But I think those are my favorite scenes. There's that many of them, but I think those are the big ones for me.
All right. Thanks for that, Ethan. Who's to go? It is. Oh, it's Tim. There we go.
I just have the one because everybody's already mentioned all the other ones. The opening credits, again with the directed by, man, you killed her off already, and like produced by, she was the best character. I mean, like they were all like fake credits, basically commenting on the action so far and criticizing the film for getting rid of the girlfriend so quickly. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's you don't get a film often though where you have to pay attention to the opening credits. Yeah, for me, I say you've mentioned, most people have mentioned most of the moments. Deadpool's death scene at the end of the movie where he's dying is so hilarious. Oh, it's so hard to go. I just can't make myself go. And it's just that goes on for nearly 5 minutes. It's just, and then he's just like staring, lifeless, and then, oh, he's gone, and then, oh no, he's back again. So so funny. Yeah, I do hope that number 3. I think it is in production, isn't it? Or it's been written, but I hope they do something different. Because as Connor says, if it, third movie, it can feel a little bit samey. So hopefully they'll take it in maybe in just a slightly different direction. Hopefully, but who knows? So anybody final say and scores or anything? Got anything else to say? No. Okay. Final say and score. You're shaking your head, Connor. You can go first then.
Yeah, I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Easy.
Cool. Good score. Ethan.
I'd give it the same as I'd give the first one. Both are just as great, and this is a movie I could both films watch again and again and again because it's that funny. I'd give 10 out of 10 for Deadpool 2. I just think it's brilliant, and as you said, this is Ryan Reynolds' role. It's the role made for him, and he's made it his own, and this is his character, and he's brought it to life perfectly from the comics. So it's worth the wait, us fans waiting for a Deadpool film. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, well, maybe it's the role for him, but he may be donning that green costume again. You never know.
He can't because he shot himself in the past.
Yes, but we've got this special cut of that movie coming up, and the scene's been filmed, and maybe he might be in it, but who knows? Tim, over to you.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Very good comedy. I enjoyed it very much. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Cool, 9. Hey, high scoring today. Susan.
Well, it's definitely in production. Oh my God, I'm shaking.
Susan's dirty photos. What's it say?
Deadpool 3.
Deadpool. Deadpool.
It's definitely in production, and I'll give it a 20 out of 10 because it's twice as fun, it's twice as much energy, it's twice as exciting, and it's twice as sad because Vanessa dies, but and I can never remember any of the names of the movies, but I like them. I like it a lot, and so yeah, that's my score.
Oh, that's okay.
Back over to you, Lee.
Yeah.
If I could interrupt Lee a little bit here.
Come on then. Try your best. I've got the mute button.
Ooh.
Oh yes. What can I? I'm going to go 10. 10 out of 10 because it's enjoyable. It's laugh all the way. It don't take itself seriously, and it's it's harmless. It's harmless fun. So it doesn't offend. Well, it doesn't offend me. So
Well, you liked it so much you bought the T-shirt.
maybe I had the T-shirt. No, did I have the T-shirt before that? I can't remember. Who knows? But yeah, it's 10 for me. So that is our little fun review of, and not a serious review either, because we don't take ourselves seriously in this group. Just look at Connor. And on that bombshell, I would like to thank Connor for joining me today, talking a lot of sense as he usually does. Nobody listens to him, but he talks a lot of sense.
Well, it wouldn't be where it was without me here. That's for sure.
Oh, in the gutter, that's where we are. I'd like to thank Tim, I'd like to thank Susan, and I'd like to thank Ethan for joining us. And we like to thank Connor as well sometimes. But you guys out there, if you like what we produce, leave a comment, let us know. If you'd like to join, leave us a comment or get in touch. We're on Facebook, Twitter.
He's desperate for new members.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, we are desperate because I can see Connor going any minute. And if you YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell button because you'll get the notification when we put something up. So until next time, please stay safe and bye for now.